Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because I have a question. And the question is, are they paying their bills? It's going to be the question of the millennium. I'm telling you that right now. So, like, subscribe, share this video. And today we have a sponsor, the satellite phone store. But let's get right into it. First things first, guys. Freddie Mac is the largest lender of loans for apartment buildings and residential properties with multiple units. Now, one thing that they are seeing right now is a spike in delinquencies, not 1 month behind, but severe delinquencies where they're 3 and 4 months behind. Now, they run normally, think about how low this number is 1.2 or 0.12%, less than 1%, just over 1/10 of 1% of the loans are bad. Okay. Now, at the end of 2023, it climbed to 0.28%. Okay. Right now, as of February 2024, it's at almost 0.5%. Now, you can sit there and say, that's really not that much, Dan. No, it's thousands of loans, guys. Thousands of loans are absolutely upside down right now. And you're seeing nothing but problems with this. Now, here's the thing. You're going to have apartment buildings that are going to be foreclosed upon. And I know this because I know foreclosure companies, and I'm having dinner again this week with my foreclosure buddies to talk about, the state of the industry. And the state of the industry is anything that's big buildings, big houses, hotels. You want to be part of that because they're not paying their bills right now. So when Freddie Mac issues this report, and by the way, they issued a report below that I have for you guys, which is staggering because this is very serious, guys. What if you're paying your rent and the landowner's not paying his mortgage? You could get kicked out of this place. Now there's rules and laws and things like that that protect you, but it goes one step further. And that is Roger Lundquist worked in Cowley County in Kansas. And this guy was a road worker who did everything. Worked on the road, worked on the highways, worked in the trees. And late last year, Mr. Lundquist was working on a road site, and he was cutting trees down, and don't know what happened. Don't know if the wind hit him, but the guy fell out of a tree and broke his back in several spots, messed up his leg, goes to the hospital. They have to do surgery. 3 days into the hospital, they say, listen, you don't have coverage anymore. There's no insurance. What do you mean? The county's insurance lapsed. They didn't pay their bill. So he calls his boss and says, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, oh, we don't know. We're going to work it out. This is kind of embarrassing. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Roger broke his back. Okay. So what do you do with this? So think about this. A county that didn't pay their bills. What's the reason, guys? What is the reason for this right now that we're seeing things like this? And it's only escalating out of control. So, you know, it's really weird. You just want to assume that everything's okay. You want to assume that your employer is paying for your insurance. You want to assume that they're matching the 401k. But you know what you have to do right now, guys? You got to take some advice, and you got to make sure the money is being deposited that's supposed to be deposited. If people say that they're going to pay something for you, you need to verify right now. You really, really do, because this is horrible. And Mr. Cowley got kicked out of the hospital. Hey, listen, you're going to need to go home and mend on your own. How do you mend a broken back on your own? Seriously. Okay? Explain that one to me. So, patience. I mean, it's not funny, but there's GoFundMe's now for this guy. There should be a Go lawsuit for this guy and for Cowley County to get their brain suit out. That's just me. Okay? Now, the next thing is, think about this. There are over 60,000, individual homeowner associations in Florida right now. These HOAs right now are experiencing such a spike in the price of insurance right now that they cannot afford it. And if you read the stories below, it is amazing because what used to be $100,000 a year divided by everybody in the HOA, worked out to be, basically $100 a month, and we've got coverage. Now that, policy has jumped to over $100,000. You're going to see such problems with this, and you haven't seen anything yet in Florida. There are, hundreds of thousands of people that live in these condos. The majority of them are over 60 years old. In fact, over 60% of them are over 60 years old. And these people don't have an alternative, because what they do is they live their lives, pay their bills, and once they do that, it's on autopilot. Well, not anymore, because we're going to need an assessment for you. And my buddy Drayton A., who is the anti-realtor, who has done and been involved with over 2,000 real estate transactions, is convinced, that this new change to the real estate commission structure is going to revolutionize real estate. But this guy is saying, Dan, you haven't seen anything. Florida has over 200,000 homes for sale right now. You have people that don't realize that in 2025, there's going to be mandatory rules that are in place where you have to have assessments, and these places need to be brought up to code. Now think about this. Grandma's going to get hit with an assessment. I've heard as low as 40 grand. I've heard 80,000, 100,000, $140,000. But look at Senate Bill N4, and I've got the PDF below. That is amazing, because wait a second, these places are completely upside down, and they're just banking on the fact that we'll just charge individual people and the homeowners. I mean, I think it's I'm going to say this, okay, and it's going to really upset a lot of realtors and people. I think you're foolish to buy a multi-story condo right now because of the HOA fees. And as I've looked around the country myself, wouldn't it be nice? Look at the security, look at everything you have. Well, imagine if you got hit with an assessment of $40,000, and that would be light. You haven't seen anything yet. Now, when you throw them in the mix that these people may not be paying their bills right now, it's just a disaster. It's an absolute disaster right now. So what's next? But this insurance debacle, you haven't seen anything yet. I'm telling you guys, the cars you drive, your employee vehicles, make sure the insurance is current on it. Seriously. Make sure you have a proper insurance sticker. It's my employer. Well, let me tell you something. If you get into an auto accident with somebody and you're the driver, and it's not really your fault, but it is, but we're going to say it is your fault, and you don't have insurance, you know who they're going to sue? They're going to sue you. That's what they're going to do. So you need to protect yourself right now, family members and everybody, because as much as you're being lied to and being told that everything's okay and this is the best economy ever, and if we say it enough, you'll believe it. So CPE, consumer price expenditures, coming out this week. You're going to see all the different figures come out as far as inflation. Powell's going to talk again, and he's going to pontificate about how great everything is, and it's not. Okay? So when a municipality doesn't pay its bills, what's happening? Now, Ridgely, okay, in Maryland, on the west coast of Maryland, is a small city, just fired all their police department. Now, it's a small city, guys, okay? It's probably got, I think, 1,600 people in the whole city, but they're known for this big fair they do every year. Just fired all the cops. We don't like what they did. Got rid of everybody. Won't tell anybody in the town what they did. But what's the deal with that? See, here's what we have to do. We have to worry about everything right now. We have to worry about who's paying our bills. Now you got to worry that you don't have police coverage right now? What is this, guys? So, looks like a lovely town, but there's no there's no cops. So what do? Just let it go wild and let everybody steal? How's that working out in Philadelphia for you guys? So please, let me know what you think so far. Share your thoughts, and what do you think about all this? I'm shocked about this, but I am telling you, you have to verify everything right now. And for this man, Mr. Lundquist, I feel so sorry for this guy and the county. Yeah, we let it lapse. You know what I mean? I can just hear some, Betty from accounting saying that. I told Irv he should pay it. You know what I mean? Come on. okay? And Mr. Lundquist is, laying there with a broken back. No workers' comp, nothing right now, guys, nothing. So let me know what you think about that. Let's talk about our sponsor, the satellite phone from sat123.com. I love this satellite phone. It is fantastic. You can call any phone on earth. You can call cell phones. You can call 911. Any number that you would like, you can call with this. Plus, this phone has voicemail to it also. And if you sign up with sat123.com, they will give you free rollover minutes from month to month to month. So if you don't use the phone, you can store all your minutes. The advantage to this is my family has these phones. And if you are leery of the grid shutting down, if you're leery about us losing cell phone coverage, if you're leery about early April with everything that we've heard, you need to protect yourself and protect your family. The Iridium 9555 phone is fantastic. I absolutely love it. But think about this, guys. We have to protect ourselves. What's peace of mind worth? For me, it's priceless, okay? But I don't have to worry about it anymore. And again, it's so great. Contact them today. Call them with the number on the screen or use the website sat123.com. Let them know that Dan from iAllegedly sent you. Are you a hiker? Are you a mountain biker? Do you hunt fish? Do you travel? Do you go out on cruises and you want to make sure you can get a hold of your family? Well, now you can do that. My buddy is a mountain biker and was just finishing up a ride, about to load his bike, ran into some friends he hadn't seen in 2 years. They said, oh, let's try this other trail. You know what he did? Called his wife from his sat phone so she wasn't freaking out because he was 2 hours late. So check it out today. Go to sat123.com. Let them know that Dan from iAllegedly sent you. Free phone, guys, if you sign up for 24 months. It's an amazing deal. Check it out today. It's been raining. It just stopped, but it's really beautiful out here. Stephen from the UK always sends me cool stuff and got a great story about how Chinese hackers broke into the election system and stole 40 million voting records. Name, address, phone numbers, emails, got it all, guys. Got it all. So again, terrible, okay? You know what's wild is I don't know when these municipalities are not going to get sued. I don't know if you just sue people in the UK if you get angry with them and you go to court and you say, this is ridiculous because you violated my privacy and all my data has been stolen. But the ransomware attacks and the data attacks and everything that's out there is horrible right now, guys. It's absolutely awful that people are experiencing this. And 40 million people, 40 million people. Isn't that crazy to think about the number being that big? So, next thing is we've talked about this before. Police, and the police have issued all these warnings about bank jugging. And this is when you leave a restaurant, you leave a bank, you hit the ATM, you hit the bank with cash, and they are robbing people blindly right now. And they're doing it all over the place. If you go to a casino and you get lucky, don't congratulate yourself. I get a kick out of people like Vegas Matt and all these other idiots that go there and show their, hey, look, I just won $18,000. I mean, talking about somebody you know that's looking to get robbed. I mean, it's terrible when you think about that. And you can sit there and say, oh, this guy's got security. Bad guys have weaponry, okay? And read the story below about bank jugging. This is where they follow you. This is where they go out of their way to make it inconvenient. So let's see. Wow, that guy just walked out with $8,000. Somebody will be in the bank. They'll cash a check. They'll go on payday. They'll go on Fridays, and then they follow you. And if you ever notice anybody following you, don't try to outrun them. Just drive to the police station. Okay? You can drive to a fire department too. You can call 911 if you have access to a cell phone or your satellite phone for that matter. But I'm telling you guys, we are living in a world where the criminals are getting more brazen by the week. And because of how bad things are, you have to protect yourself constantly with everything right now. So bank jugging is back. I was going to do a separate video on it and we'll talk about it, but it's just the cops are having problems with this. The cops are noticing that people are getting robbed more often, okay? So protect yourself, do what you can do to make sure you're safe, and don't do anything. Don't be flashy, hide it, okay? So let me know what you think so far. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. And, I love business stories that people send me. And there's a man who started a gym on his own, Caleb Hammer, who made a huge mistake. He financed the gym 100% in his credit cards. And now he says, I am facing financial ruin. And I'm telling you guys, a failure to plan is a plan to fail. So I tell so many people over and over again, what's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? And when it comes to money, oh my God, we're just going to sell so much and make a fortune. This city needs a gym, Dan. You got to open the gym. Well, Caleb, let's get a plan going together. And why don't we go get some money from a bank instead of you hitting your credit cards? And now he's done. Caleb's done. Read the story below. But again, guys, everybody has the best of intentions. No one's ever going to fail. A lot of people make it, a lot of people don't. But you don't count on economies like this that I am telling you. Tell me how it's going to be in 6 months. Seriously, how's it going to be on election day? Okay, tell me. I'd love to know because I'm telling you, you want to smell uncertainty? That's what's in the air right now. Here's something that's disgusting. Victor Silva is 102 years old. Victor Silva lives in Oakland, California. Victor Silva's lived in the same house for 80 years, and it's just been dilapidated and fallen down around him, okay? Now the city says, you need to clean up the graffiti in front of your house, or we're going to fine you thousands of dollars. Now, Mr. Silva is, like I said, 102 years old, and he's not scraping the paint off the wall, guys. He's not going to be able to do that. But I've paid taxes on this house for 80 years, and I can't get help from the city. That is horrific, guys. That is what's wrong with the world today, okay? And Oakland is a dump, okay? So share your thoughts on that one, okay? And the final one was sent to me by Dr. Marvin, my brother, friends, like half a dozen people. Think about this. Chick-fil-A has great chicken, but one thing that they did, they always advertised that they would have no antibiotics ever used in their chicken, so they're safe. And my girlfriend, before she passed away, who was very consciously aware of that and different organic foods and things like this, liked the chicken, the baked chicken, because it was healthy, okay? Well, now they're going to change it from no antibiotics ever to no human antibiotics. And, we have a supply problem. It's expensive and we just can't get it. Read the story below. So what they're going to do is they're going to have some chicken that, it's got no human antibiotics, but it may have some chicken antibiotics in there. Do you want to eat that? Knowing that? And again, it's awful. So it's from the New York Post. Check it out, guys. But again, please don't forget to hit the like button. Please comment on the video. Dan, you're outrageous. Dan, we can't stand you. I love those, okay? Don't forget to join our email list, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel. And again, huge announcement coming out, and it has been raining. Kind of beautiful when it gets like this, guys. You just can't deny it, So, onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. A lot of cool stuff happening soon, guys, okay? I want you guys to be part of it.